What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Atlantic Files, the number one podcast on the number one division in the NBA, brought to you by the Underdog Sports Podcast Network. As always, joined by your host, myself, Alex Fishbein. We got Mike Bash. We got Dennis Clausen. What's going on, fellas?
What up?
I was going to say, oh, just a quiet hello this time.
I have a fucking headache. I'm exhausted. So, yeah, that's what's up.
I'm in the boat of being exhausted.
I mean, you're also back in the paranormal investigators' den. I see why you might be exhausted.
Yeah, because he's possessed by his spirit.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't have a tapestry like Dennis, like a 14-year-old girl.
Possessed by the spirits of the
I have a question,
pennies on the ground.
Does that tapestry that you have, does that just stay there all day? Or is that like do you take it up and put it down? Or do you put it up and take it down,
This is my broadcast studio. This is professional. So
can we get a tour? Can we get a little 360 cam?
No.
I don't believe you then. I want to see what we're working with.
I don't care.
He probably has some stuff that the fans aren't supposed to see.
I mean, how do you know my studio doesn't double as a sex dungeon?
Well, I mean, as your accountant, I would need to know what your home office is used for as a tax deduction purpose.
All you need to know is it's an office, and I use it for.
I know, but I got to see it. If, an IRS auditor comes in, I can't back you up.
You think an IRS auditor wants to audit a sex dungeon? There's like a fucking swing in there.
There's a swing in my friend's frat house. 2 swings, actually.
That sounds like a disease waiting to happen.
Right.
It's funny because my cousin went to the same college and was in a different frat, and I told him I was visiting this frat, and he goes, "Do they still have the swings?"
I just got a text from Deanna, who I guess is watching, who says, "I want to see the sex dungeon."
Yeah, now we need it. Now we need a full 360, Dennis. Come on.
I do want to say I saw the pics of you and her, and Deanna is beautiful, Mike. And then I saw pictures of you and the missus. She is absolutely beautiful. You guys have done well for yourselves.
Thank you, Dennis.
Don't fuck it up.
No credit to you, but thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys have done well for yourselves. So just make sure you don't fuck it up. I'll give you some advice as the older guy here. Just be good to the ladies.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm working with one eye here. You see.
Yeah, you too.
At least Alex has a fully symmetrical face. Right?
Yeah, Mike. At least Alex is good looking. Mike, you have nothing to work with, so you better be nice.
Alex has got the LeBron hairline going on right now.
Oh, at some point you'll probably see me go bald just like LeBron too, but I just don't know when that's going to happen yet.
So just embrace it.
Exactly.
Alex is going to go full Michael Jordan.
Nobody could have this beautiful.
Did you see Jerry McNamara today?
No, I didn't. I didn't get my haircut. I'm getting my haircut Thursday.
So maybe Alex, he gets his haircut every other week.
Uh-huh.
Who does that?
I mean, if I had a full head of hair, I would probably keep it styled and get it cut as much as possible.
That's from all this testosterone running through my body still. Almost 40, and I got testosterone running through, so I still got it going. Yeah, exactly. So I was getting my haircut, though, and fucking chair next to me, Jerry McNamara.
Syracuse.
That's insane.
It's like Alex getting a haircut next to DeJuan Blair.
Good old DeJuan Blair. I played in the same YMCA he used to as a kid.
That's pretty cool.
But, I mean, obviously he wasn't there at the time. But anyway.
I mean, you guys still want to do the show? Or do you just want to end it?
No, we're here to do a damn show. We're here to talk about
5 minutes. We haven't said a goddamn word. We're tired, people.
We're here to talk about the NBA preseason. We're here to talk about the Southeast Division preview, Blake Griffin, a trade, the Raptors, the GM survey, all sorts of things.
Maybe if you assholes would start sharing our feed and get us more subscribers so we get paid, I could quit my job. I'd be more fucking amped up to do the show.
Look, I'm the same. I agree.
So you want 120% out of me? Start spreading the link. I don't care who you just. Thank you.
Just shared it 3 times as soon as we started, so we're good.
I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking to anybody who's listening. Share the link.
Oh, the listeners. Yes, please share the link. Do that shit right now.
It takes 2 seconds. I don't understand what's going on.
Exactly.
Even though we have been making a good run lately, so we'll take it.
True. I completely
That's probably
agree.
because Dennis has probably signed up for about 75 new Gmail accounts. We're at 209 right now. 209.
So Muhammad is here. Muhammad, welcome again.
Muhammad.
Don't know where this guy's from.
Shalom, he's back.
I did reply to your email. Check your email. So we will set something up if you want to come on the show. But so check your email. We'll talk about it. We'll get a date set up for you to come on the show. And we'll figure that out. So check your email for that. But welcome. Thanks for watching. Yes.
Muhammad, you're not going to do the show from a cave, are you?
Jesus.
Dennis.
That's a way to lose viewers, Dennis. You said you wanted to make money from this.
It's a joke. Nobody can do comedy anymore. I mean, what's going on here?
There's comedy and then there's whatever that was.
Muhammad,
God.
well, you're welcome anytime.
Anyway,
Just don't
let's
blow
get
us
to
up.
the show.
Go ahead.
Oh my God, Dennis.
We will start off with the preview since last time we ended with the preview. This time we're going to start with the Southeast Division preview. As of right... What was that?
The cock munchers.
As of right now, according to BovadaSportsbook.com, the Miami Heat are the team in the Southeast with the best odds to win the championship at plus 2,200. But I want to know what you guys think the Southeast is going to fall into place as. Are the Hawks going to upset people? Is Miami even going to do anything? Mike, go ahead. You go first.
So here's the troubling thing. If my boy Miles Bridges didn't have to go all, domestic violence on everyone, I thought the Charlotte Hornets would actually have a good chance here in the division. But without Miles Bridges, falls all on LaMelo Ball. So I don't think they're going to win the division. That really turns it into a 2-team race. Miami and Atlanta. Atlanta did get a lot better with Dejounte Murray, and they got Trae Young. They got John Collins, who Alex hates. But as right now, as we see it, I think Miami's still the class of the division. I mean, Bam Adebayo is one of my favorite players in the league. Love the way he plays. Jimmy Butler, he's got his weird thing going on. Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. Did they still have Kyle Lowry? What's going on with Kyle Lowry?
He's still there,
as far
facts
as
and
I
all.
know.
You got Cody, not Cody. They have Cody or Caleb. I keep forgetting. They have one in the mornings, don't they?
They have
Caleb. They have Caleb. Okay, you got Tyler Hero, who just got paid. You got Haywood Highsmith. I feel like I know him from somewhere.
He was on the Sixers.
That's right. Okay. But I just wanted to bring him up. But they
I was going to say, what is Haywood Highsmith going to do for the Heat?
I don't know. I just felt like bringing his name up. I'm looking at last year's roster, so that also helps me. Oh, that's who they got. I couldn't think of who they brought in this year. Dennis's boy, Nikola Jovic.
That's Dennis's boy?
He lit up the summer league. He's a Wish app version of Nikola Jokic. But I mean, you got their big three of Bam, Jimmy Butler, and Tyler Hero, so they should be pretty good.
So you're saying Miami Heat in first, and then what's the rest?
Yeah, I think they're going to win 50, probably a similar record to last year. They'll probably win 55 games.
Okay. Okay.
I got my Atlanta second with 48 wins, Charlotte with 45 wins, Orlando with 35 wins, and Washington with 30 wins.
So you're going to put the Wizards over the Magic or the
Yeah,
Magic
I
over
like
the
the Magic.
Wizards?
I like the Magic this year. For one reason and one reason only. Can you guess it?
Banchero.
Nope.
Bol.
There you go. It's his time.
Oh my god. So you have the Hawks only winning 5 more games than they did last season.
5-7.
Just confirming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Dejounte Murray, I don't know how well he fits into that lineup because he's a ball dominant guy himself, but he's going to be a good defense player for them. John Collins, who knows if he's going to stay the whole season. I think Onyeka Okongwu takes a step back, but I think Clint Capella probably – I'm sorry. Onyeka Okongwu takes a step forward. Well, Clint Capella probably comes down a bit.
Right.
But, I mean, overall, they're kind of just running back the same team, just a year older. Obviously, Dejounte Murray is a big piece, but, like, I don't think they're going to go from 43 wins to 58 wins.
They don't have what's his name? What was his nickname? The Red Velvet?
Who's that?
Kevin Herter.
Oh. No, but
Red Mamba. Red Rocket.
No more Gallinari. No more Gallinari.
No more Gallinari as well.
Lou Williams. Not that he did anything, anyways. But
and I will say, according to Bovada, the over/under for Atlanta Hawks wins right now is 45.5. So you're taking the over.
What are you questioning for me? What are you doing here?
I told you I was just confirming. That's all.
Okay.
I was just confirming.
I'm just
so you're taking the over.
I'm watching. I'm looking. Yeah, I'm taking the over. I'm just watching Bowl highlights right now.
Dennis, what you got for the division?
I'm going to think before I say, but honestly, I don't trust a lot of the people on the Heat roster to stay healthy enough to win, to be better than the Hawks. I think the Hawks are so, is Miami. Miami obviously has one of the deepest rosters in the league. However, I still think that combination of Murray and Trae Young are just going to be, it's going to be a nightmare for teams. Trae Young, I think, is about to hit his peak, and Murray has already been his peak. I consider Murray one of the best in the entire league overall. Like, to me, I consider him a top 5 player, arguably top 10 player. The guy's as good as it gets. He could score, he can rebound, he could pass, he could play defensively. Trae Young's a nightmare from downtown. So those two guys are going to have the ball in their hands a lot, especially when you consider the lack of consistent scoring options for the Hawks. John Collins is not a consistent scorer. He's a double-double guy. He'll do all right. Clint Capella is who knows if he'll stay healthy an entire season, but DeAndre Hunter, who knows what's going to happen with him. He's projected to kind of take a step up. He has a lot of hype, but I still think the Hawks can beat the Heat, especially when there's always injury concerns. Kyle Lowry's always a mess. Jimmy Butler's always one wrong move away from missing a month. And I just worry about Bam's consistency after what he did in the postseason. He wasn't horrible in the postseason, but you can easily say that Bam wasn't the guy that they were hoping for. So he's got to improve, especially when it comes against the big time centers in the league. Like Embiid totally crushed him in the postseason. Robert Williams totally crushed him in the postseason. So yeah, there's a little concerns for me with the Heat. Fortunately, if the Heat get a 110% Victor Oladipo, who had some good games in the postseason and can start off the year healthy and play majority of the season, that's going to be a difference maker right there. He could be a fourth big piece in there. And then of course you got Tyler Hero. Who knows? He wanted to start the season, so who knows if he's going to keep coming off the bench. Either way, he's still going to get. Even if he comes off the bench, he's still going to get minutes comparable to starters throughout the league. But
he just got a ton of money too. 4-year, $130 million extension.
well, that's what happens when what are we, October 4th? Literally last minute, last second to extend this guy, because they would have easily gotten rid of him had they been able to get their hands on Donovan Mitchell or any Durant. But
I was about to say he was in every trade package rumor for everyone.
Right. So, but he's there. He averaged 20 points last season. He shot 39.9% from deep. He was a solid player, but he's got to get better defensively, as we all know, and we'll see what happens there. But I still have the Hawks better than the Heat. I like the Heat, but I like the Hawks better than the Heat.
Okay.
I just think when you have those two guys, when you have Young and Murray together, that might be the best 1-2 punch in the league.
Okay.
Arguably.
So you have the Hawks. You have the Hawks first, and then the Heat second.
What do you mean in terms of what?
The best 1-2 punch in the league. In terms of what?
In terms of best players, the best 1-2 punch.
Kyrie and KD.
No, I don't. I would.
Harden.
Honestly, with the way Harden produced last season, even though he looks good entering the season, I would rather take Murray and Trae Young over KD and LeBron, KD and Kyrie any day of the week.
The main thing is Jokic. The main thing is Kyrie gonna play, and then if you bring up AD and LeBron, is AD gonna play? So there's a lot of people in there that's like, are they even gonna be healthy? And at least you don't have to ask. At least right now, you don't have to ask that about Trae Young and Dejounte Murray.
Right, and they're both great players. Like, they're both top 10 players, arguably, in the league.
I would at least put them as a top 3 backcourt in the NBA right now. For sure.
Well, my argument for this, though, is I don't. Kyrie and KD's always hurt. Kyrie's always hurt. LeBron is fantastic, but then AD is always hurt. James Harden went downhill last season. Embiid is arguably the best player in the league right now. However, you got 2 top 10 talent on the Hawks, guys who stay relatively healthy. They're young. They're in their prime. So, yeah, I would rather take that.
Every day that I'm talking to Dennis, I am reminded that he has not a clue what he is talking about.
And then second, I would take, even though he's coming off a knee injury, I would take Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Jokic and Murray are the best duo.
Murray, by the way, got some run in preseason last night. Him and Michael Porter both played.
How did Murray look?
Murray looked good. Him and Porter combined for, I think, 9 for 14 from the field in 15 minutes. Okay. So, yeah, that's what the Nuggets need right there. I know we're talking about the Southeast, but we kind of trailed,
Right. So what do you have for the rest of the division then, Dennis? What do you have for Charlotte and Orlando and Washington?
I still think Charlotte's 3, so I agree with that.
Okay.
Charlotte's, they're an okay team. Gordon Hayward can't stay healthy, so that'll hurt. Kelly Oubre is going to be a starter probably this season. And LaMelo Ball's a top 20 player in the league. So, they'll still be better than the Wizard and the Magic. The Magic are deeper than people realize, though. Hampton, Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz when he gets healthy, the Wagner boys, Mo Bamba, Wendell Kerr. Like, they're a deep-ass team. Like, in a very...
They do have a lot of talent.
Yeah, they're deeper than people realize. So I agree with Mike too. I think they're going to be better than the Wizards are. The Wizards are just pure shit. The Wizards might be one of the worst teams in the league.
I mean, I could probably see it. I mean, the only thing is they actually looked really good in the beginning of last season before the whole team started getting hurt.
But you want to know something too that's scary though is I think Porzingis is going to be like an all-star.
Really?
The season he looked way more comfortable in Washington, D.C. than he did in Dallas by far. So the knock on Porzingis has never been a skill. He's a fucking great player. He can never stay healthy.
I mean, yeah, that's been Porzingis' big thing. I mean,
That's it.
I don't know
That's
if
the
there's
only
a single
problem.
season he's played more than 60 games.
That's his only problem. And you talk about Porzingis, nobody's ever like he sucks because you can't say that about him. He's always hurt.
Exactly.
So
the only reason nobody talks about him much is because he's never on the damn court.
Right. But he was looking when he went to Washington, and he was playing really well toward the end of the season, and then getting Bradley Beal back. But I still think the Magic are just more motivated and younger and hungrier, and I think they're just gonna. I don't think by much they're gonna be better than the Wizards, but
okay,
they're still.
I mean, according to Bovada, the Magic over under for their wins is 26.5, which I mean, I think is pretty fair. But I feel like I would probably take the over on that for Orlando.
I would put them in like 33, 34 wins.
Okay. I mean,
But
especially if
also, too,
Banchero looks as good as he did in the first preseason game.
Well, I mean, I'm on the Keegan Murray train right there. I mean, that guy is the most NBA ready guy out of that.
Alex, let me get Keegan Murray.
Hell no. I'm rolling with Banchero and Keegan Murray on my team right now. There's no way I'm trading that duo.
Dennis, I sent you a trade offer in Sleeper just so you know. Maybe we can get a live negotiation here.
Who are you looking for?
Basketball or football?
Basketball.
Well, I almost beat him in football, and my team's garbage. So
yeah, I see it. I'm the only undefeated team in the league, and I'm sitting on the number 1 overall pick thanks to Alex's team.
Yeah, if I faced either one of you, I would be 2-2 right now.
It's okay. Alex is gonna have to make some moves. So we'll see what happens.
No, but then
good trade offers by overshooting his hand a little bit, from what I hear.
Are you talking about Skyler?
I've heard multiple reports. Down the grapevine.
Can I finish talking about the Magic, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then we forget the Magic. They have Terrence Ross, Gary Harris, Jonathan Isaac. Who the hell knows when that guy is going to be playing? But I mean, that's a deep ass team of young dudes. So, yeah.
I mean, the young core, honestly, of just Suggs, Cole Anthony, and Banchero. Those three alone. If Bol ever actually plays,
he ain't playing.
But those three alone is a really good young core that honestly any team would want. And then Markelle Fultz, I still am a believer in Markelle Fultz, whether I really should be or not. But Markelle Fultz has the ability. We just gotta see it happen. And I really hope he doesn't get hurt again.
Well, he did get
seriously.
hurt. He did get hurt. He's going to be out for a month, maybe more. I mean, the dude is street close. He's on my street close team.
But, I mean, yeah, he gets hurt all the time.
But when toward last season, he was starting to look really good. So we'll see what happens.
True. So when it comes to this division, I think I have the Hawks winning it. Even though I love watching Jimmy Butler play, especially in the playoffs, the moment he got this hairstyle, I was like, yeah, no, they're not going to win anything this year. Who told him that hairstyle was, like, good?
I didn't even see it. What does he have?
Oh, God, you haven't seen Jimmy Butler's hairstyle?
Just to go off topic real quick, I just saw the funniest tweet I've ever seen in my life. Florida changes name to Ukraine to receive faster aid from the government.
Oh, Lord.
And you yelled at me for my cave joke.
All right, here we go. Let's see. We got Jimmy's hair right here.
Wow.
Like, honestly, who told him that hairstyle was going to look good?
Wow.
I don't understand.
He looks like Bob Marley.
He kind of does. But, like...
You guys remember, you might be too young, but in Living Color, Jamie Foxx's character, Shaniqua?
Yes, I know who you're talking
Fucking looks
about,
just
actually.
like...
Oh, my God, I didn't... I didn't even think about that. That's hilarious.
That has to be Jimmy's sister.
That's actually Jamea.
Janice Butler.
Janice Butler.
Janice, holler at me, girl.
But yeah, so the moment I saw him debut that hairstyle, I was like, yeah, no, Miami's not winning anything this year.
Yeah, that's a first-round exit hairstyle.
Exactly. And then Tyler Hero gets all this money to just be a one-dimensional type of player. They still pay all that money to Duncan Robinson, who they didn't even play in the playoffs.
You hate
Like,
Duncan Robinson.
I do. He, like, cool, he's a good three-point shooter, but, like, you can't even play him because he literally sucks at everything else. Like, if he sucks at everything else and you can't even play him, why'd you pay him that much money? I just saw this comparison because Heat fans love to shit on Knicks fans. I mean, everyone loves to shit on Knicks fans. But the Knicks are paying Randall and Barrett the exact same as Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson combined. I would much rather have Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. So, like...
Yeah, but at least Hero and RJ have something in common. They're sloppy seconds, so...
Good point.
They got pity paid.
I didn't even think about that. That's actually a really good point. I'm
full of them. I have tons of them.
But right now, according to Bovada, the Miami Heat over-under for their wins is 49.5, which is only about 4 wins more than the Atlanta Hawks. And I just see the Atlanta Hawks beating them out on that in this year's division. I mean, we saw how good the Hawks were even, without Dejounte Murray. Like, they made that big playoff run. Sure, they had a couple things go their way in terms of injuries and blah, blah, blah. But now you add Dejounte Murray, and a lot of the players that are big contributors for this team are back. Like, if you could just trade John Collins for a better power forward, that's probably a championship team.
You chill with John Collins hate?
I just think if they had a better power forward than John Collins.
John Collins is better than any power forward that's ever played for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Charles Barkley?
All right, well, I forgot he played for the Sixers. So.
Elton Brand?
He's better than Elton.
Chris Webber?
All right, well, when did Chris Webber play for the Sixers?
His last season, the first season they traded for him, he put up 22 and 10.
All right, so he pretty much what...
John Collins had like 17 and 9. 17 and 7.
I will agree with Mike. I am a big John Collins guy. I think he gets way too much hate.
I think he's a bum. But anyway,
Talking about the Southeast Division makes me want to kill myself.
there's really not much in the Southeast Division
Like
to
I'm
be
so
like excited
depressed.
about.
Yeah, I'm like depressed talking about this division. Like I'm trying to like get excited and like come up with some jokes, and I have nothing because I'm like depressed.
Like the other than the Miami Heat, the rest of the division is just notoriously bad every year.
Like when I have terminal cancer and I'm dying, and you guys want me to put me out of my misery, just come in and make me watch like Southeast Division games. I'll fucking go real quick.
Oh my god.
I'll have like a tube hanging out of my throat, and you'd be like, Dennis, you have stage 4, not non-op tumor, but you can go. It's okay. I'll be like, let's talk about the Southeast Division, and then all of a sudden you'll just see me fucking flatline.
Just flip the channel to like Charlotte versus the Wizards.
The minute I see fucking Porzingis run across the floor, I'm gone. I'm like, what am I living for?
Oh god. But speaking of Washington, I think that it like the way this team is built is kind of interesting because they have a couple younger guys too that are supposed to be somewhat good, but they just haven't grown. Like I was a really big believer in Rui, and he just has not done anything. And I mean, last season he was out like the first, I don't know, like month or two. They didn't even know why for the longest time. They just said like personal reasons, and they didn't even know like what exactly was going on. But I mean, he hasn't exactly turned into what people thought he was going to turn into. They now traded and they traded away KCP, and now they have Will Barton, who like Will Barton is a really good player. I love Will Barton, but like on a Wizards team, like he'll be good, but it's not going to like help this team be a playoff team. And then Denny hasn't lived up to the hype at all. I saw websites that saw Denny was supposed to go like, they thought Denny should go like number 1 or number 2 overall in that draft. He hasn't done shit. So like
You hating on
now,
that Israeli?
I am.
You're half Jewish.
I know, but like I can acknowledge that when you don't do shit.
But let's not forget that the Wizards, and this is a game changer, they have Taj Gibson. Game over.
Did you see him hit multiple
As a
threes
player
in their
or
preseason
is he
game?
still playing?
He hit like 2 or 3 threes in their preseason game.
You know who's still hitting threes? Actually, I don't even want to tell you because I'm trying to trade Alex for him, but Alex won't give him up.
I don't know. I don't even know who you're talking
Jared Allen started shooting threes.
about. Oh, I mean, I'm not trading you. I'm not trading you, Jared Allen, anyway.
I want Jared Allen. How do I get Jared Allen?
You keep asking me for all of my best players. Like I'm not trading you them.
You're so stupid. Shut up already.
Dennis, will you accept my trade?
I mean, what's the trade offer?
Royce O'Neal and EJ Liddell for Nick Claxton.
You're an idiot. No way. You're stupid.
What the fuck kind of trade is that?
Dennis likes certain guys, and I tried to give him those guys.
Are you an EJ Liddell fan?
No.
No, I'm a Big Ten fan.
No, not you. Him. But anyway, so Washington, I'm gonna have Washington last as well, and I think Orlando is gonna. I'm predicting an Orlando big jump. Orlando's gonna be 3rd. Charlotte's gonna be 4th, and Washington's gonna be 5th, because I really like, as Dennis and I were just saying, I like the depth of Orlando. I like their young core. The Banchero pick was really good. They have a lot that can still go right for them as people grow and hopefully stay healthy, like Jonathan Isaac and Markelle Fultz. But they also have different ways they could pivot to in terms of they're probably still going to get a decent pick the next offseason. But also they have some things they could trade if they really want to make a splash in the trade department at any time. Like, they have a lot of these young pieces that they could get something for. So I really like the Magic. I think they're going to be pretty good.
You want to know something? I was going to put the Magic ahead of the Hornets, but I didn't want to hear it. But now that you came out and you said, I'm putting the Magic at 3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have a good feeling about them. I just
You're
think
an
they're
inspiration to us who want to come out and say that we like the Magic.
I'm telling you, it's the Bol effect.
Oh my God. You didn't even have them third.
Yeah, but I wanted to do it. I just wanted the
Okay. Sure.
I was worried Mike was going to pick on me, so I didn't. But now I accept who I am, and I'm coming out, and I'm saying that I'm picking the Orlando Magic as 3rd.
Okay. So we both got Orlando 3rd. And then, yeah, I just have Charlotte 4th because, like, with the Miles Bridges thing,
Allegedly.
With Gordon Hayward never knowing if he's going to be healthy or not. Kelly
I know.
Oubre,
He's never healthy. I know.
Well, true. Kelly Oubre, he was like the only one that actually played well in their first preseason game against the Celtics. And like LaMelo played okay, but he had a bunch of turnovers, didn't shoot very well. Terry Rozier didn't shoot very well in that game either. And Rozier is another guy that I like to watch. I mean, he's an exciting guy, a lot of energy and everything, and a good offensive player. I mean, decently good on defense too, but I don't think Rozier is making them, into some sort of championship team or anything. They still don't have a second star. The one thing that I want to watch with Charlotte is how their young centers that they drafted and everything are going to be. There's been talk that Nick Richards is looking good. There's Mark Williams. There's JT Thor was playing a little bit last night or 2 nights ago. I forget what that was. So I'd like to see how they grow, but that's not going to turn them into like a 3rd or 2nd place in this division just from those guys. So, yeah, not too big on Charlotte without Miles Bridges. And then Washington, as we said, they're just depressing. I mean, Bradley Beal, I just don't understand Bradley Beal's loyalty to Washington at all.
I already explained this.
Win.
Nobody wanted him. I told you, he went into this offseason with the biggest balls on the planet because he thought for sure somebody was going to want him. Nope.
I mean, that is true. That's very true.
God, the South. I have never wanted to have a heart attack so bad in my life than I do right now.
Oh, God. I will say that when it comes to Washington, I just want to see if Kyle Kuzma all of a sudden like starts doing well again like he did last season, like when he just went crazy all of a sudden. That I think was hilarious. And right now, according to Bovada, the Wizards over-under for wins is 35.5. So, not great. So, that being said, let's stop talking about the depressing Southeast Division.
You ever remember in high school when you were just sitting there in class and you were counting down the minutes till like the bell rang? And then once the bell rang, you were like, "Thank God." I had one of those moments right now because I'm like, I'm so ready to move on.
Good, because we're moving on.
Good.
NBA preseason has started. I'm curious to hear any of your guys' takeaways, any of your thoughts so far. I was in mid-season form talking trash on the Nets last night.
I know, and it's preseason. You were talking like it was like it matters.
Everything matters when it's against Brooklyn because I'm not going to lie. The Sixers Brooklyn games are going to probably be some of the most exciting regular season games all year. But We also had Phoenix lose to an Australian NBL team, the Adelaide 36ers.
Preseason.
I know. I'm just saying. The first NBA team to lose to a non-NBA team in the preseason since 2015.
Preseason.
Which happened to have been... Who do you think it was?
Probably the Nets.
It was the Nets. Against Fenerbahce, or however you pronounce their name.
Wait, no, I thought OKC lost to Luka and Real.
No, I think OKC won in the end.
Who the fuck did Nets lose to? The Somalian Black Mambas?
No, it's Fenerbahce, wherever they're from.
Turkey.
Is that? Oh, it's Turkey. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Istanbul.
No, Real Madrid won 142 to 137.
Oh, well then NBA TV lied.
Luka,
Wait, what year was that?
Luka only played 18 minutes in that game.
What year was that?
2016.
Okay. Well then NBA TV is corrected. It is Oklahoma City, the last to lose to an international team. But either way, what are your preseason thoughts so far? I know it's only preseason, but it's basketball. It's fun.
I'll be completely honest with you. I have not watched a second of preseason basketball.
Highlights either? Nothing?
No, but I see Jaden Ivey's off to a quick start with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So I'm happy to see that.
Oh, I got him for a steal in our 20-team league. Got him for $11 in our auction draft. That was nice.
There you go. Redraft or dynasty?
Redraft.
No.
Okay. Well, here's the big takeaway. First off, let's just get this out of the way because I know everybody wants to talk about it. 20 minutes, 5 assists, 3 for 6 from the field, a steal or 2, some rebounds. We know who I'm talking about. Ben Simmons.
Oh.
That man was looking good. 2 turnovers, but was passing, was dishing it out. He was looking good. So,
real quick, see you.
Muhammad,
thank you for watching. Appreciate you. But I have to admit, I thought Ben Simmons' free throw form was going. I thought it was the form itself. I wasn't going to just assume he was going to make a bunch, but I thought the form itself was going to look somewhat better. But it looked fucking terrible. Like he had a hitch in his wrist. Like he shot like that, and then the ball hit the rim, and then he followed through. I was like, what are you doing? Like, I was so confused. I was legitimately not even thinking of being like, oh, here he goes. Like, let me talk shit. I was like, oh, yeah, I was like, he's probably been working on this, so it should look better. That's how I went into him shooting free throws. And then the fact that they looked worse than they did before, I was like, what the fuck have you been working on then?
Well, here's my big takeaway besides Nick Claxton, Mike's boy, going 6 for 6 from the field. Looked really, really good. Got a new haircut.
Claxton did look good.
Looked really good. So here's my issue, though. Brooklyn, again, 27 turnovers and led to 33 points off turnover. Brooklyn's got to stop with the turnovers. If they don't stop with the turnovers, nothing's going to happen. So
I agree.
The turnovers, it's absolutely ridiculous that that
Say that again? You cut out a little bit there.
I said it's absolutely ridiculous that they turned the ball over 27 times.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, they did not look like they were taking care of the ball at all. And I will say, Tyrese Maxey looked really fucking good.
You know who else looked good, too? Korkmaz.
Korkmaz did look good. I was like,
he looked
damn.
really fucking good.
He knows he's fighting for a roster spot. Like, he
I don't
came
know
out to play.
Why he looked better than Melton did. What did Melton do? 2 for 9 from 3 the field.
Are DeAnthony Melton?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, DeAnthony Melton did not shoot well at all, but
He had 3 steals.
Shake Milton looked garbage. Shake was fucking awful. And
Did he have 3 steals as well?
He might have. I don't know.
I think.
I mean,
Paul
the Sixers
Reed
as a
had 3
whole had a
steals.
lot of steals.
They had like 20.
Yeah, there was. I mean, it definitely didn't look great in terms of ball security from Brooklyn. So,
and that's what I said coming in. I'm like, these fuckers got to get their shit together when it comes to ball security, because if they keep doing the same stupid shit they did last season with taking care of the ball, nothing's going to happen.
Shake Milton actually did not have any steals, but like Shake just looked terrible. He shot 1 for 6. He had 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a turnover.
Melton had 3 steals.
Yeah, DeAnthony Melton had 3 steals. Paul Reed had 3 steals. Matisse had 3 steals. And George Niang had 2 steals. So, yeah, that's not great.
But it's going to be interesting, because I'm like, what does Reed have to do to prove that he deserves some run in the rotation?
You got to ask Doc Rivers, because it's honestly annoying. I know they have been saying so far in this training camp that they've been playing him a lot at the 4, actually, alongside Embiid. And those were also, in the playoffs, those were the minutes that they were the most efficient, and they had the best like plus minus when Paul Reed and Embiid played together. So,
you okay over there, honey?
Yeah, I'm good.
What did you do? Choking on a quiche from earlier, or what?
No.
So yeah, like I don't know why they don't. I tried to come up with like some Jewish food.
Should have said a latke.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a potato pancake.
Yeah. So anyways, like, now's the time for the Sixers to get guys like Isaiah Joe involved, Paul Reed involved. So, I mean, I definitely think like Reed deserves some opportunities.
I agree. I will say Montrezl Harrell looked pretty good too.
Well,
he fouled out, but
he had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3
assists.
I was going to say, if you avoided a felony charge, you'd look good too.
Probably.
Especially for a trafficking charge. It's like, who allegedly carries that much drugs?
That's true. That's... I don't know. I had one in high school. There was a teammate that I played with that got caught with like a shit ton of drugs and like an assault weapon, and I was like, I didn't even know you were like that. But
like, if you're gonna carry an assault weapon, like, let's not give people a reason to search your car, which means don't smoke weed in your car.
You would think.
Right.
You would think. But anyway, Julian Champagnie was another one that played very well, and I wasn't expecting it. I mean, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, also 2 steals on 50% shooting. Like, okay, Champagnie, I see you trying to play your way into a roster spot as well. Okay.
Yeah, he won't, but
I mean, probably not, but he might play himself onto a roster somewhere else. Shit, OKC will take anybody off the street if it means they're going to suck more and get more picks.
I mean, send them to the G League.
True. I'm assuming that's what they probably will do. Like, I
Does
feel like
he have Exhibit 10 language in his contract? Is what it comes down to.
Probably. I feel like the two players that are going to be on two-way deals are probably Trevelyan Queen and Julian Champagnie. So the big one to look for is Jaden Springer. After they drafted him, he hasn't really amounted to much. His defensive abilities have been pretty good, but he has literally been like an absolute zero on offense. So I don't know what is in store for his future, but Royce O'Neal looked good for the Nets. I liked the minutes that he came in with. Same with Sumner. those two came in and played some pretty valuable minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's preseason, but for all these people though who are saying that they're raving that the Nets are going to win a title, I'm like, these guys haven't really played with each other. Joe Harris missed most of the year last year. Kyrie wasn't nowhere to be found, so these guys got to like figure out how to play with each other first before they even start talking about a championship.
We'll be all right. We're going to win 55 games.
I mean, I guess we'll see about that.
We'll be better than the Sixers.
Okay. Anyway, according to Bovada, Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle are quite close to each other in terms of the race for Defensive Player of the Year. Simmons is at plus 2,500 and Matisse is at plus 3,000, literally right behind each other. So I'd be interested to see if either one of them wins it. I think they both have pretty good chances to win because they're going to get plenty of minutes. They're going to get plenty of chances. And they both, I mean, we both know how good at defense both of them really are. So that would be cool to just see them up there in Defensive Player of the Year race. But as far as the rest of the NBA preseason goes, I've caught a few other games. I watched that Celtics and Charlotte game. Jaylen Brown looked fucking phenomenal. Brown, I think, is going to have another big season. Jason Tatum was all right. He wasn't as efficient in that game. He was missing a lot, but he was pulling some crazy shots that are only Jason Tatum type of shots. So that was good to see. And then the other game that I watched, which one? Oh, the Sacramento Lakers game. 105-75 Sacramento. I was dying at how much. I know, the Kings just blew them out of the water. My boy on my fantasy team, Keegan Murray, with 16 points, 6 rebounds, assists, 2 steals.
There's your rookie of the year right there.
It's definitely going to be between him and Banchero. That's going to be the top two. And
it looks like
I'm really
Aaron
liking
Judge
Keegan Murray.
hit 50, 62.
He just did right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Heard it here first. If you're not watching the game.
Now I gotta find out if what's his face?
Yeah, we
Zach
know him.
Campbell caught it.
Wow, who's that?
Foul ball guy.
Oh, I don't know. But LeBron, interestingly enough, went 0 for 7 in that preseason game. I don't think I've ever seen even a preseason game where LeBron didn't hit a shot. So that was interesting. Anthony Davis had 11 and 11, shooting 4 for 9 in his 15 minutes. Damian Jones did not look particularly great, but I feel like he's probably going to be the starting center unless Thomas Bryant really shows him something that they can't deny. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I haven't really watched many other preseason games so far just yet, but I don't know. Do you guys have anything else on the preseason?
No, I just thought that it was nice to see Michael Porter Jr. back. It was nice to see Jamal Murray back. Kawhi Leonard played, Damian Lillard played, Anthony Davis was playing. So as much as I shit on Anthony Davis, like I want these guys to play. I don't want anybody to get injured. So,
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I mean that's huge. Like it would be nice if teams stayed healthy so that the best of the best could play each other in the postseason.
for sure. The NBA is more fun when everyone's healthy, especially the superstars. Like we talk a lot of shit about Anthony Davis, but when healthy, that man is a top 5 player. Like if only he would stay healthy.
He should have multiple MVPs at this point.
Oh yeah, completely agree. He's that good. That's the thing.
He is that good.
So, yeah, it sucks. But let's move on here. Some real quick news. Blake Griffin, staying in the Atlantic Division. Instead of Brooklyn, he is now on to Boston. I think that this is a pretty good move by Boston, especially coming off the bench, giving you just quality hard worker minutes, getting those charges and everything. I saw a stat. I think the Celtics now have the top 3 players in terms of charges drawn. It's Blake Griffin, Marcus Smart, and Derek White. So a team that's already pretty good at defense, getting another guy that's going to help on defense, help force turnovers, get those charge calls, and just kind of clean up stuff, be like the cleanup crew. I like this move by Boston.
Yeah, it's a good move. I mean, it's not anything spectacular, but certainly better than some of the other shit that you were rumored to hear be going to Boston. So
very true.
We'll
like
take it.
This is definitely a better move than the rumors of Carmelo going to Boston.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of Boston too, Malcolm Brogdon had a good preseason game for them. Malcolm Brogdon might be a really nice pickup for Boston this year if
he'll play 12 games.
Say it. I was about to say if he stays healthy.
Right.
So
good for you, Blake. Congratulations.
Yeah, landing on another team, extending that career. So I wanted to bring this up also really quick. The Toronto Raptors are rumored to be monitoring Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, because they're thinking he might get fed up with waiting for Oklahoma City to finally be good and finally try to compete. And with the kind of talent that Gilgeous-Alexander has, maybe they can make a move for him. I mean,
I do want to bring up your boy Delano Banton the other night. 9 points in preseason action.
I hate
Appears
Delano.
to be surging to make a run for Malachi Flynn's.
I really like
spot.
Banton. Why don't you like Banton, Mike?
Because he doesn't pass the ball to Ron Harper Jr. in Summer League.
Oh my God. Okay.
Speaking of that, how about the Cole Swider? Looking good.
Pride of Syracuse.
True.
Pride of Syracuse. Great city. So, I mean, what do you mean if he gets bored at OKC? Isn't he bored already? I would be fucking really bored.
I mean, especially with the news about Chet, they're going to be tanking yet again. Like, he's just wasting seasons away down there. I mean, I know he's not that old just yet. He's 24 now.
Yeah, but he's too old for the Thunder. He's got to be at least 20 or younger.
Like, by the time they finally compete, he's going to be like 26, 27.
You're ready for Medicare.
In NBA terms, exactly.
Yeah, these, I'm just wondering who the Raptors would give up to get him.
I mean, because at that point, you're going to have to give up solid either players
I'd get rid of OG.
Or picks. I would get rid of OG too because he's a liability at this point. They always have him slotted in the starting lineup, and he's never healthy enough to play a whole season or play at 100% in the postseason. And then on top of that, you could probably try and trade Malachi Flynn and dangle the potential.
How much is Alexander making these days?
He is making, I can tell 30? You that in a sec. He's making a good bit of money. He just got a big contract, I think, not too long ago. Yeah, he just signed a 5-year, $173 million extension last August. Not this past
August. So what's that break down to per year, Mike?
So next season... this season he's getting $30.9 million, and then it goes up every year. So he gets 30.9, then 33, then 35, then 38, and then 40 in the 5th year of that extension.
So Siakam and Van Vliet won't go anywhere. So then that leaves
Scotty's not going anywhere.
Scotty ain't going anywhere. I don't think Gary Trent would go anywhere. So OG would be up, and then Boucher making $12.6 million.
Yeah, I mean, And
Ken
that,
Birch
like,
is at 6.5. Otto Porter is about 6. And then after that, nobody's making any money. So,
I mean, money wise, yeah, you got a bit of a snag. But yeah, I mean, I would throw in an OG shit. Throw in Boucher, throw in maybe Ron Harper Jr. and like probably maybe even like Precious Achua, and then some picks. I think OKC might do that to just fill out the roster.
at this point, I don't think they care.
I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
but especially if Josh Giddey is like the point guard of the future.
Right.
What were you gonna say, Mike?
I just don't think like getting rid
Now,
of
is this
Shai.
Mike talking or the Spirit?
I don't think getting rid of Shai makes a ton of sense though. Like he's young enough that you get Chet back, you get Shai, assuming they're gonna get one of Scoot or one Bayana. Like that's a good young core as it is. Like it's not like Shai's 27, right? He's 24.
Yeah,
Yeah, but all
but
come
like
down to, though, if he doesn't want to play there anymore, we know how NBA players can just
Yeah,
wiggle
I
out
get
of
if
their
he doesn't want to
contract.
play there anymore, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
okay.
And that's the thing. We don't know, is Chet going to be as good as advertised the moment he comes back from a serious injury that takes him out for a full season? And then on top of that, there's a couple other really bad teams out there that could get Scoot and Victor Wembanyama before they can. I mean, Utah's going to be bad. You got Houston, who's probably still going to be bad. There's also... I mean, we talked about like Washington being bad, but like technically, especially with the lottery system, they might not even be top 3. So
Hopefully, Chet takes this time off and just eats for about 2 months straight.
go on the Zion diet.
Yeah, like he needs to hook up with Zion and figure out how to gain some weight because this dude is he's a stick.
Oh yeah, no, I mean he's gonna have to figure out something. But like we were just saying, as of right now, according to Nevada, Oklahoma City's over-under for wins is 22.5. But you got San Antonio at 23.5, Utah at 25.5. You have some other teams here that are going to be quite down. The Pacers are at 24.5. I forgot that they're going to be pretty damn bad. So, yeah, it's not even like a given that they're going to get one of those top 2 coveted prospects, and then that just further. I mean, that was the whole reason why the NBA stepped in and kicked out Sam Hinkie from the Sixers, is because after a while, if you don't get those picks and you don't land the best ones, you just keep sucking, and then nobody really cares about your team, and they're already a small market team as it is. So like,
Trust the process.
I'm still trusting it, but it's getting difficult. But anyway, speaking of OKC, them in Houston traded a bunch of players that probably nobody other than fantasy basketball managers are going to really care about. I'm bringing up the trade right here. There was a bunch of players in it. It was an 8-player trade. So Houston received Derek Favors, Ty Jerome, Mo Harkless, Theo Maledon, and a 2025 second-round pick. Oklahoma City received David Nwaba, Sterling Brown, Trey Burke, Marquise Chris.
And Ty Jerome is already. It's either he has been waived or is in the process of being waived and is going to join Golden State.
Yes.
On a camp deal.
And Sterling Brown has also been waived from Oklahoma City.
Shocking.
So, like, they literally made this trade just to waive a bunch of players.
Well, they wanted to get under OKC wanted to get under the tax.
True.
That's the only reason.
Tyler's here.
Hey.
He asked OKC playoff chances. I'm saying 0%.
Hi, Tyler. No.
Negative
I don't know.
5%.
I don't know what your buddies at the swing set are talking about, but OKC ain't making the fucking playoff.
Oh, God. Yeah, so trade was a whole lot of nothing. So last prepared topic before we get to the what you got. The annual NBA GM survey was released, and there was a good bit of stuff here. I will actually show some of the survey results here on the screen for the people watching on YouTube. So they asked, there was like 30 questions. 50 different questions, but they listed some of the ones here. So the GM survey, the GMs were asked which team will win the finals. 43% of the GMs answered Milwaukee Bucks. Golden State in second, Clippers in third, Celtics in fourth. And last year, the Nets were the ones that were predicted to win with 72% of the vote.
Well, GMs are stupid, so.
So they're just sleeping on Brooklyn, that's all.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Brooklyn won this vote the last 2 seasons, and they didn't even come close. So I don't know if they're sleeping on them or they're just kind of tired of picking them because they haven't been doing anything.
I don't know how the Bucks added some depth. They got a still hobbled Joe Ingles. Middleton's not going to be back for a little bit. They signed Portis to that big deal. They had Brook Lopez. Hopefully he stays healthier, much healthier than he did last season. Giannis is around. But I don't understand why they're... What's up with the Warriors? Like, how can you count the Warriors out? I think the Warriors are going to be better this season than they were last season.
I mean, they definitely could be.
When you look and you add James Wiseman, who's looked good in the summer, he's looked like, how can you not see that the Warriors are a team that could repeat?
That's true. And I do agree. In the preseason games that I watched, James Wiseman was he was looking very good for Golden State. Tyler says they're hating on Philly. He said they hating on Philly. True. They hating on Philly. I didn't expect them to put Philly as anywhere up there because I know with the Clippers returning everybody, they're returning. Golden State being as good as they are, Milwaukee still having Giannis and company, the Celtics as good as they are, they really didn't lose anybody of note. I mean, Robert Williams is going to miss the first little bit of the season, but after that, he'll be back. I figured that's kind of how it was going to go.
Yeah, he'll come back, and then he'll be hurt 4 weeks later.
Yeah, true. I mean, I hope not, but probably. And then they actually showed the Eastern Conference rankings of how it all broke down with the voting. And they have Milwaukee in first, Boston second, Philly third, Brooklyn fourth, Miami fifth, and Cleveland getting the 6th seed. Any issues with that?
I think Cleveland will be a bit. I think we all think this, but I think Cleveland will be a bit higher. I think Cleveland cracks the top 4.
When we talked about Cleveland, when we asked if they were a top 3 team, I think I had them in 5.
I mean, last season we were raving about the Cavs.
True. But I still don't think Cleveland is going to crack the top 4 yet, personally.
Well, if you look at Milwaukee, and I mean, I don't think anybody outside of Milwaukee is a lock to be in the top 3, to be honest with you. So why the fuck not?
I mean, I think Milwaukee and Boston are a lock for the top 3.
I don't. Boston, I mean, they have Derek White and Brogdon off the bench, but other than that, I worry about their depth in the 4 and the 5. So I think Philly might actually even be better than Boston, just because I think Philly's deeper. They have Embiid, who's, like I said, arguably the best player in the league.
Right.
Second best player in the league. Harden, if he returns to MVP form. So I think Philly's more of a lock to be in the top 3 than Boston is.
I mean, I would love to say the same. I'm just very weary of that and trying not to jinx myself.
Well, I'll do it. Maybe I'll jinx you. So who knows?
Tyler says, "Preach, Dennis."
Thank you, Tyler.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Cleveland cracks the top 4 for me. But I mean, they definitely have a shot. For me, they don't.
I mean, when you look at Cleveland, right? Jared Allen, Mobley, not Sexton, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Love. I mean, holy shit, that's a good team.
Oh yeah, they definitely have. They definitely have the talent to be a very a solid playoff contender.
And then I just don't
know if the chemistry is going to work that quick.
Well, the nucleus of their team is still there. Okoro, Wade, Osman, so they have a lot of their team is returning. Rubio, if he can return in January, February, he's going to come in handy for the postseason. So, I mean, the Cavs have just as much of a chance to make the top 3 as Miami does at this point. I'm not really that enthused about Miami.
Oh, and that's the thing. I think Miami's the biggest one on here that I see them finishing above. But to me, I just don't have Cleveland on the same level as Brooklyn, Philly, Boston, and Milwaukee.
Don't put Brooklyn on any level. They don't deserve to be on any level whatsoever.
It's hard not to when if they are healthy, the all-out talent that Brooklyn has is a top 4 talent by far.
Right, but we'll see. I have more confidence in the Cavs, and I certainly have more confidence in the 76ers than I do in Brooklyn.
Okay. I got you.
And unlike you, though, you root against Brooklyn because I know my pal's a Sixers fan. I actually root for the Sixers.
Dennis, you're just weird.
I used to be a huge Kevin Durant fan, but the shit that he's been pulling in Brooklyn has made me kind of not like Kevin Durant. So it's hard.
Well, I mean, that's your choice. It's America.
True. But so in the Western Conference, it broke down with the Clippers. They think the Clippers are going to win the West. Golden State in second. Then they have Phoenix, Denver, Memphis. And then tied for 6 is Dallas and Minnesota. And then 8th and 9th are Lakers and the Pelicans. I don't know why on the West they went down to 9 and the East they went into 6. But, yeah, so...
I think Denver is going to be well above Phoenix this year.
If Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. both stay healthy, I agree. They're going to be above Phoenix.
But even if, I mean, you're looking at Bones Highland is going to be in the 6th man of the year conversation.
Oh, hell yeah. Bones is the man.
Shout out to my guy Mooch, big VCU fan, Bones Highlands fan. So, you all know. But he got Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., so it's only so much Bones can do out in Denver.
True. But yeah, I mean, 6-man minutes are probably going to be exactly what he's going to get, especially now that Will Barton's not there. So I think those 6-man minutes are going to be his. And then you got Bruce Brown. You got KCP.
That one hurts. Wasn't Bruce Brown hurts?
Dude, Bruce Brown is going to be...
Bruce Brown's the Swiss Army knife.
He's going to be easily in for his best season to date.
I could see it. I can definitely see it. In a team that loves to share the ball and the ball movement is one of the biggest things promoted on the team, I think Bruce Brown is going to really enjoy that. That's going to be nice.
That's why I drafted him in our auction league.
I get it. I get it for sure. But I definitely think the top 3, as long as people stay healthy, I think are going to be Clippers, Warriors, Nuggets.
Yeah, I hate how everybody's loving the Clippers this season.
It's just because everyone's coming back. That's
I can't really get on board to it. I can't. I'm sorry. Golden State is by far a better team than the Clippers. I think Denver is a better team than the Clippers. And I think Memphis is a better team than the Clippers.
Okay.
Clippers are an all street close team anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing. The reason people are so high on them is just because people are coming back now and they're going to actually play. Well, hopefully. But I would have it Golden State first, Denver second, Clippers third, as long as people stay healthy. That's assuming health.
The Clippers, though, in their defense, they do have some good pieces. I'm really high on like Amir Coffey, and Luke Kennard is a keeper. I mean, he's not going to play a lot, but I mean, he's a good.
I like
piece.
Zubac.
Yeah, I mean, they have Batum and Kawhi, and I'm not going to name the whole team, but I mean, they have a capable team that's relatively deep. So I think Coffey's going to be a guy to watch out for this season. I think he's really going to take a step forward this season.
I like that. I like Coffey. He's good. So let's just move along here so we can get to some of these other ones. So GMs think Luka is going to win his first MVP. 48% of GMs believe that. In second, you have Giannis. Third, Embiid.
Well, 72%
fourth,
also
Steph
said
Curry.
the Nets were going to win the championship last year. So
True. Last year, the leader in the GM survey was Kevin Durant at 37%.
in their defense, he was hurt a lot of the season, so he was well on his way to being in that conversation.
He was definitely in that conversation early on. I mean, there was a few people that were in that conversation early on that, if everything fell the right way, probably could have been up there. Like DeMar DeRozan was in that MVP conversation for a long time too. Not saying he got hurt, but like he was in that conversation.
Here's how I think the MVP is going to roll. Something like, I think Embiid's going to win the MVP. I think Giannis will be number 2. I think Jokic will be number 3. And then Luka will be number 4. And then I see Jason Tatum getting the crack in the top 5.
Okay. I actually do think that Luka's going to win in the MVP. But second, I'm thinking Joel Embiid is going to be second for the third year in a row. And then third is going to be Giannis. Fourth is going to be Ja Morant. And fifth, I also have Jason Tatum. So we do agree on that one. And right now, according to Bovada, Luka is number 1 in odds at plus 400. Embiid is second. Giannis third. Kevin Durant is then tied for fourth with Jokic, and then Jason Tatum is at fifth with Ja Morant 100 behind him.
But I think LeBron's going to be in the MVP conversation again.
I could see it. If the team keeps playing up to the potential that they need, I can see it.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he won another MVP.
True. I wouldn't be either. Especially at this age, that would be a great storyline, great narrative and everything. I could see it for sure. Tyler says they don't like Embiid enough to give him it. I agree. That's the thing. I don't see them giving him the MVP because the man doesn't like Embiid. The man.
Who's the man?
Who's the man?
Well, Luka can't win it because then a white guy would win it 3 years in a row.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that can't have. But honestly, though, like, jokes aside, like, Embiid, I think Embiid is going to win the MVP this season. I think he's at his prime right now. Luka is not. Luka's health concerns me. I think Embiid last season showed me that he's not on a street clothes team anymore. Like, I don't know. I think I'm kind of smitten over Embiid this year. I mean, I've been talking really I've been saying nice things about him. I've been praising him. I don't know what's going on with me, but I've been really high on him for some reason. So, yeah.
I was about to say, you've been saying a lot of good things about Embiid.
I know. I don't know what the hell's going on with me. But I think Luka's a couple years away from winning an MVP. He's just not ready yet.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing is I don't know how well the Mavericks are going to finish, and if they don't finish that high, then I don't see him winning MVP. So that's going to be the issue. Couple other interesting things. I thought it was interesting that Giannis is still number one for if you were starting a franchise today and could sign any player, who would it be? And he was the leader in that, especially because last year it was Luka, and Luka was still number two with 45% of the vote, but Giannis is up there at number one this time.
Yeah, but there's some maturity issues with Luka.
That's true.
Did you guys see Giannis killing all that food the other night? Killing Skittles and popcorn?
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see that people were talking about Luka in training camp, and he was apparently already complaining to refs in training camp scrimmages?
It's not shocking.
I was like, he's the one himself who talked about not complaining to the refs as much, and you're complaining in training camp.
You better watch it, because we saw what happened when Draymond ran his mouth and wasn't available in the finals, and guess what happened? Cost him another ring.
That's very true.
To the Cavaliers.
I thought Mike would like this. Which player most likely to have a breakout season? Evan Mobley getting the lead
and
vote
Kate
there
Cunningham,
with 21%. Yep.
Anthony Edwards is a stupid pick, and I think Zion Williamson is a stupid pick. I think it's stupid that Anthony Davis is in there. I think it's stupid that Rudy Gobert is in there.
I agree.
The cum bucket.
What more does Ben Simmons need to do to break out besides score? He ain't. Breakout is like for the young guys, all right? So if you want to put Halliburton in there, great. Mobley, great. Cunningham, great. Zion Williamson, what is he? He's already good. I think breakout's a guy for like Desmond Bain.
Right. I think like Zion, Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert, well, not even Rudy Gobert, but like Ben Simmons, I think those are more comeback player of the year rather than breakout season. Because, yeah, like you said, breakout is you're not recognized as really that good at all, and then you break out to have a good season and you're considered a good player.
Correct.
So, yeah, I agree with that.
And Anthony Edwards, I mean, no.
I mean, he's going to be good, but yeah. Best point guard in the NBA, they voted Stephen Curry, 72%. Best shooting guard, they have Devin Booker with 45% of the vote. I'm very surprised. Well, I guess it comes down to what you consider Jason Tatum as a shooting guard or a small forward, because he's here at second for best small forward right after Kevin Durant. Best power forward, Giannis with 86% over LeBron. Best center, Jokic got 79% of the vote over Embiid. Off-season moves. So they said which team made the best overall off-season moves. Cleveland, number one, not surprised. And then 3 teams tied for second with Minnesota, Philly, and the Jazz. So I guess they really think the Jazz are making good rebuilding moves. So, which I mean, they just got a shit ton of picks. So.
But the Timberwolves, I think they took a step back in some ways.
Agreed. I don't think this Rudy Gobert deal is going to make them as good as people think they do.
I actually, to be honest with you, Cleveland, of course, Cleveland didn't really do much other than just add Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
Philly made some moves. I mean, Philly
for sure
got players.
Exactly. And that's what you can see there, too.
Players.
Right, and you can see there, too, like, which one player acquisition will make the biggest impact. Not surprised Donovan Mitchell won that vote, but kind of surprised that Rudy Gobert got 31%. But then there's P.J. Tucker that got votes in there, number 4. He's 3% of the vote. And then most underrated player acquisition, we talked about Malcolm Brogdon for Boston. But then, again, P.J. Tucker for Philly, DeAnthony Melton for Philly. Like, they know that they made good moves, these GMs.
Right.
But they're just smitten with Donovan Mitchell, obviously, because Donovan Mitchell is Donovan Mitchell. And then I just don't understand why everyone thinks Rudy Gobert is going to be that crazy of a move for Minnesota.
No, I honestly, I think the best pickup, like the PJ Tucker move, is huge. PJ Tucker is such a good player, such an important piece to any successful team. And I've always been high on him. I'm always praising PJ Tucker. I like PJ Tucker, so yeah.
Right. Agreed.
And I can't believe Dejounte Murray wasn't on that list.
That I agree. I'm surprised he was like really. They said like, oh, also receiving votes, Dejounte Murray, but like that means he probably got like one vote, and I bet you it was from like Atlanta's GM.
Yeah, but I think that's a better pickup than John Wall.
Oh, I agree.
I think that's a better pickup than Melton or Bogdanovich. Even though that Bogdanovich move is huge, it's unfortunate though that he went to Detroit, because if
Right.
Bogdanovich, like, say he went to Philly,
Mm-hmm.
holy shit, that would have been a huge pickup for them. I mean, they have no money, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if Bogdanovich went to Miami,
Yep.
if he went to the Clippers, if he went to the Lakers, that was rumored to happen, like that would have been a huge needle mover for any of those teams. If he went to Boston, so
I agree. I also like this highlighted one that receiving votes was also the Nets not trading stars.
that's bad.
So everyone thinks the Clippers are going to be the most improved team. I mean, because obviously, if you bring Kawhi back and he stays healthy, like you're automatically going to be improved.
I mean, how
that's
can the
kind of
Nets not get consideration?
They're another one that just was like honorable mention, along with the Pistons, the Blazers, and the Kings. But it's just like other than the Cavs and the Timberwolves, most of these teams are like people that are just getting people back from injury. Rudy Gobert, the most surprising move of the offseason. Donovan Mitchell, number 2. Dejounte Murray, number 3. And then I was surprised to see Andre Drummond to Chicago was even in this. It was just a free agency signing, so I don't know why people thought it was that surprising.
They signed him for a pack of gum.
Yeah, like it wasn't that big of a deal. And right here, we talked about Rookie of the Year. They think Banchero, number 1, with 79%, and Keegan Murray with number 2, and then Jabari Smith at number 3.
These GMs are stupid.
And then they also say Banchero is going to be the best rookie in 5 years at 31% vote. Chet was in number 2. Jaden Ivey and Jabari Smith tied at 3rd, and then Keegan Murray in 5th for that. And then it just kind of keeps going.
Tari
steal, best international. They have Tari Eason as the biggest steal where he was selected. Tied for the biggest steal with Jalen Durant.
Haha, Dennis.
Okay.
Wait, is it? Hold on. Is Nico? I'm sorry if you said this already. Nikola Mirotic is the second best NBA player, not in the NBA, international player. Not in the NBA.
Apparently, that's what they think. Yeah.
The Nikola Mirotic.
Yes.
The
one who used to play for the Bulls.
The one that got beat up by Bobby Portis. No, Bobby Portis got beat up by him.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no way Mirotic is losing to Bobby Portis.
Hell no.
He's only 31. Why is he not back in the league?
He's probably making $1 trillion overseas.
I think it was his choice that he didn't want to play in the NBA anymore. He didn't like I believe he said he didn't like the whole politics of the NBA and being in the spotlight of the NBA, things like that.
Okay.
So, yeah. And Victor Wembanyama already number 1 for best international player not in the NBA. Not surprising there. So, that is it for the annual survey. The last thing you got is what you got.
You
don't got anything?
No. I am horrible with this segment.
I also don't got anything, so why don't we save that for next week?
All right, just because Mike is a little bitch, and we're gonna save it for next week.
I'm sorry, would you call me?
Said you's a bitch.
You heard it. But yes, we will save that for next week.
I mean, you want to do another F Mary Ghost?
I think I'll pass on that one. Are we gonna have to put Jeannie Buss in it again?
I'll put it. Never mind.
Oh God, I set you up too well for that one.
You did. I'm not taking it though.
Tyler, appreciate you always tuning in.
Do your homework.
Make sure you do your homework. Tell the guys at the swing set, no smoking crack. Crack is whack.
And the same goes for heroin. Don't do that shit either.
Exactly.
But if you want to
stay
do
off
some
drugs,
of that,
kids.
No, if they want to do some of that spice, that makes people zombies, that'd be kind of fun.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know the synthetic marijuana that makes people turn into like zombies? That'd be kind of fun if I was at school.
I've never heard about that, but that sounds interesting.
Look, watch YouTube videos. It's creepy as shit.
Okay. YouTube, here I come. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching another episode of the Atlantic Files, the number one podcast on the number one division in the NBA, brought to you by the Underdog Sports Podcast Network. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell below for notifications. It lets you know when we go live and when we drop videos all the time. So hit the bell, subscribe, share it with a friend. It doesn't take that long. It takes like 5 seconds. Just do it right now.
As long as Mike takes in the sack.
Exactly.
5 seconds.
And we are also everywhere you get your podcast. Spotify, Apple, everywhere. Subscribe, rate, review. Thank you, everybody. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace.